took a Sukkot dinner together, and then she met someone, and she was very helpful.
Oh yeah, I met this young woman who escaped a city community, when she was about 22. And she was beautiful and so generous in sharing her life story. And you know, I had no clue and did not know much about this community and the religion. So she told me about, you know, her life, her rules, the everyday life, and that was tremendous help.
Yeah, the more you research you do about something, the more interesting it becomes. You know, there are people who are happy in that world, and there are people who aren't. And the women who usually have left, they don't have children. They knew right away, like, I wanted to leave. So they prepared for that.
I don't know, I don't think, like, looking like this, I can play a scientist or an astronaut.
I don't know about an astronaut.
An astronaut. I don't know. I think, you know, you have to know your limitations. I mean, of course, I'm not going to tell my agent, you have to let them see me if they're casting Schindler's List too. I want to be in that movie. You know, it's like, I know where I can, you know, have fun and do a good job. And I met John, and I knew, you know, I'm very insecure about the acting because I've never done it until, you know, recently. And I knew I liked to be directed, and he told me exactly what he wanted from me, and it was a lot of fun. It was, I don't care. I mean, you know what, I don't have, I think you have to be grateful. I don't think I have to be, after all, you know, opportunities like this movie that I have gotten, to be complaining, oh, they don't let me cry, or you know, raped in a movie. I mean, it'd be ungrateful, you know. It's like I take it, maybe one day he decides he does a movie and he calls me and gives me the opportunity, and maybe I can do it very well.
Okay. I don't doubt you. I don't doubt you.
Well, I saw a side of John that Vanessa didn't see.
Oh. What's that?
So, no, it's okay, Vanessa. Maybe one day he'll do another movie and he'll let you see that.
Well, I'm sorry, it won't be funny, but it's amazing to be directed by John Turturro, because he just makes us do what he wants us to do, but in such an easy way, in such a fun way. I don't know, this is energy, and he's brilliant with words, and he's an actor, and he's a damn good actor. So I don't know, it just happens so easily with your words, your energy, your body language, that, you know, and you just want to make him happy too. So
I like to treat people the way I would like to be treated, and I've been mistreated on many movies, and sometimes, you know, people kind of they objectify you in whatever way. So, you know, if you try to create an environment where people can be relaxed and have some fun at the same time, even if it's a serious situation, and not put too much pressure on them.
I loved it. It was great because, you know, I had this, you know, worry about the scene that I had to do with him and Sharon. I've never done anything like that. So I was coming a little bit nervous, but he made it seem like so easy. And I think he was more nervous than I. So once I saw him nervous, I got relaxed.
Well, first of all, we chose to shoot the movie on film because we tested a few different ladies who were stand-ins, and we saw that film was much more, it was a softer medium on everybody's skin. And I think that really helps in a way. And, you know, I used different photographs, different paintings as inspiration. I looked at a lot of Saul Leader photographs. He was a fashion photographer who also took a lot of street photographs in the 30s and 40s. And then I looked at these Morandi paintings, these still life paintings, and they were just helpful for the visual palette of the film. And we tried to have all the characters balance each other. You know, there were lots of reds and blacks in it. And so, you know, inch by inch, that's how you create a visual palette. And then we all worked together on that. and you know, and to have something that would be cohesive and almost like a storybook that you go into.
Boy, the first day was the lice scene, and I actually met Woody on the set in my turban and everything, and there was this little boy with a big afro hair and my tiny little lice comb, you know, and I think that was brilliant, Jen, because I was so nervous to hear the kid's hair that I was really focused on that and forgetting, okay, there's Woody Allen, and I gotta, you know, act. It was, of course, very impressive, but I guess everything that I had to do, you know, made me feel a little better, if possible, on the first day. But Woody was so sweet and really nice with me. And the hard part was, you know, he improvised all his lines and they were more funny one after another, and I gotta play them super. You know, I was allowed to smile and laugh, so that was tough.
You don't know sometimes, because he does the lines, but he kind of massages them. So you don't know what he's done. Add something that could be good, and you're like, well, should I say it? Should I talk? You know? You know, I'm just sorry we didn't have a scene, you know, he wasn't available there. I would like to have had a scene with him, with Sofia. That would have been very good. Talking her into it, like, I'm telling you about this guy, you know. Because it's, you know, but he's a very good actor with everybody. And he was great with those kids, you know, because they treated him like they didn't know who he was. They were like, you're just an old man. And you know, one of the kids, when he was with Vanessa, you know, he wouldn't always, but he would step on his foot. His name was Isaiah. Whenever Woody would forget any lines, and he would step on his feet. We have all these outtakes of Woody going, why are you stepping on my foot? You know, and he's like, because you're not saying the line, you know. And so that really helped too. Having kids sometimes, you know, common denominator.
He just told me to write the draft, and he would give me his feedback. I didn't know what that meant exactly. And then when I received it, I was like, whoa, wow, this is feedback. You know, it was, you know, brutal, basically. But it was a first, you know, it was a first stab at something, and I hadn't really kind of gotten into the world with, you know, personally yet, and I hadn't done a lot of research. So there were a lot of ideas, and it was quite broad. And then right after that, he said, you know, don't you want to do something more sophisticated? And I said, yeah, but he didn't tell me how to do that. So I had to find my own way. And basically, I would do another draft, and he would say, this works, and you should develop that more, or whatever. I mean, he made some very good comments without telling me what to do, you know. For example, I'll give you one example. I spoke to this guy, you know, who's a prostitute or whatever, and he told me, you know, he goes with men, he goes with women, and he was telling me that he dresses up sometimes. So originally in the scene with Sofia, in one of the first drafts, he has basketball shorts on, you know. And Woody said, you know, he said, to just be a little bit easier, you know. And I think, you know, Sofia can do that very easily. You know, it was, you know, it was a pleasure working with her. And now when we do our tragedy after this, you know, I just say one thing I forgot to say, because could you ask me about our character? Our character is really inspired by my friend called Salima.
I met her.
Salima,
yeah.
And she designed my glasses. And she's very
is
well
she?
endowed. And she sold me many glasses over the years by going like this all the time. Like, John, what do you think about these glasses? And I have bought so many pairs of terrible glasses from her over the years. But she's a great lady, and she has a kind of spirit that is similar to hers. And so it was like a perfect match. That was something we achieved, you know, in editing. It was not easy to do. But I think when you're laughing and when you're having a good time, sometimes you can actually slip things in that can be really, you know, moving or really delicate or really tender without hitting you over the head. And it doesn't have to be a greeting card kind of sentimentality with that. And I think, you know, life is like that. And if you think of person like Chekhov, you know, a lot of those characters are like ridiculous, but they're moving. And I think usually some of the greatest literature and some of the greatest films have those elements in them. So that's something to aspire towards, whether you reach it or not.